Sheriff's deputies are investigating a shooting in North Houston that left one man in critical condition. Happened at a gas station near Bammel, North Houston and Kleinbrook Drive on the north side. Fox 26's Leslie Delisbour is there live with what we know so far. Leslie.
Yeah, Tom. So, we see content creators meet up all the time to collaborate, and investigators say two men were meeting up not too far behind me here, and that is when things turned violent, when they were supposed to be making social media content. Now, Harris County Sheriff's deputies are still working to piece together exactly what happened, but preliminary information shows two men, both in their early to mid-20s, were riding together after meeting up. Investigators say at some point an alleged robbery unfolded inside a Tesla, and we're told both men had guns, and during a struggle, shots were fired. Deputies believe the driver, who may be some type of social media influencer, was the one being robbed, and he shot the other man. The possible robbery suspect was hit, likely in the upper body, and taken to the hospital in critical condition, where he went into emergency surgery. Now, the man who fired the shot stayed at the scene and was also taken to the hospital as a precaution. And we spoke to a witness who was working nearby and saw the aftermath.
They met concerning producing social media content. At a point in time, the driver alleged that the passenger produced the gun and attempted to rob him. A fight ensued, which led to the driver shooting the passenger. The Tesla, we believe, is equipped with cameras that record inside and outside the vehicle, so we're hoping we have that on video. They were stopped at the light. They were traveling south on Bammel, North Houston, stopped at Kleinbrook, and that's when allegedly the passenger tried to rob the driver at gunpoint.
I was working, and when I look, the car was sitting right there. It was a gentleman, very, very agitated, running around the vehicle, trying with his phone in his hand, trying to call somebody. And then he was very agitated, and I didn't want to do this or something like that.
Now, deputies say this case is still under investigation.
Bullet hole. So obviously evidentiary of a shooting that happened, right? Deputies say the driver pulled out his own gun, though, and shot the guy he just met.
Two men, both in their early 20s, making social media content. The man running away from the white Tesla in the dark-colored clothing is who we believe to be the passenger in the car, who is accused of attempting the robbery and the one who was shot. He collapsed on the road just out of frame of the video. The guy in the white running up is who we believe to be the driver.
Driver shot. We do have two handguns on scene, but we still haven't gone through all this evidence.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing right now behind me here, is going through all of that evidence that they've collected here. This road's been closed since effectively around 11 in the morning. The shooter, he was not shot, but he was taken to the hospital out of a precaution there. Right now, nobody has formally been charged. We're told that the detectives here, they're going to take all the information they gather, present it to the district attorney, and let the DA's office decide what charges, if any, are brought up.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as I seen some wild news break all over the timeline once again the other day. But I said, let me sit back and wait. Let some more facts come out. Let them update. Let's see what's really what, because this right here ain't adding all the way up. I just don't want to believe in 2026 that somebody would think that this is a lick that's worth the risk of trying to rob somebody that is clearly seeing your face, knowing who you are, and being around you in today's time. And I guess, I don't know for sure, but it's a very possibility that's exactly how it's about to go. And I had a link in the description where you can watch the clips to the beginning in full from Click to Houston News and Fox 26. And I'm gonna get into this right up in just a second. But this one hit a little different right here. Not just because I'm a YouTuber, not because I do broadcast and podcasts and streams and personality and commentary, and I've done hundreds of interviews through the years. I'm from H-Town, but I'm also grew up not too far where this incident went down. As in, hey, I'm like really familiar with that area, that been down that street a lot of times. And if you know the area I grew up in, it's in Greenspoint. On that part of the neighborhood, the main streets as Bammel, North Houston, is one of those on the other side coming going away towards from the mall and everything like that. When you get on the other side of 45, you got Greens Crossing. It's one of the first main streets. Then it's gonna go to Ella. Then after that, TC Jester. Then Veterans Memorial. Then it's Antoine, and then it's Bama North Houston, and then you're gonna hit what they opened up as Gessner, and then it's 249. So all these streets are in that circumference of the like side of that area of the section. But I just was like, I done been through that street, and I'm like, all them cameras over there, it's no way that they could be. As in meet up with somebody, and then it's thinking in 2026, I know that he's younger in his 20s, but if it went down like that, because we can't confirm what went down exactly yet, innocent until proven guilty, but trying to rob somebody in a Tesla in broad daylight, 11 in the morning, you got to know that's not gonna go well. And you don't know if they gonna tell, because this is not a street transaction unless this whole storyline is made up. If they met you up on some content stuff, you can't think that you finna get away with that robbery. Just keeping it all the way 100. And the write-up says this. Authorities said the two individuals had recently met and were traveling together in the shooter's vehicle after meeting to produce social media content. A 911 caller reported that he shot a male who allegedly tried to rob him, and we received multiple calls for service about the incident, said Harris County Sheriff's Office Major Ben Catrieve. The two individuals who were recently acquainted had met, and they were traveling in the shooter's vehicle. They met concerning producing social media content. Major Catrieve continued. The investigation remains active as detectives work to determine the full circumstances leading up to the shooting. Detectives are hopeful the cameras on the Tesla will provide a unique perspective of what transpired. Further details, including potential charges, have not yet been released. Now, it's a good thing neither one of these brothers lost their life at a young age like this. I don't know their exact age, but trying to rob somebody, if that's what really went down and it was over some content stuff, because it could have been something else. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just saying, jumping out here with this type of time, bro, it can always go left. The content conversation could be one thing, and then it could have been something else. Who knows? But I'm going to tell you like this. This is a wild one right here, because that content thing around it, if it happened like that, I most definitely got to put dog in the capital C's. The controversy, chaos, confusion, conflict, and confrontation to be a part of the conversation to get the algorithm in rotation. And I got to add crashing out to that situation if they really met on some content type of time, because that means that you would be willing to beat somebody to do some work together and then say, you know what, I'm finna go and rob dog. But that means he gonna know who you is. He gonna know what you look like. And you don't know what he got going on in his mind. And then anytime you go for the robbery in the car, if it went down like that, y'all both got guns. Like, we just got to see how this story right here play out. It was just a wild one. Just keeping it all the way 100. When I seen it and knowing that area and being on that scene, I said, wow, this is a crazy headline right here. I just had to come update with it. I done seen some wild stuff in my day, no doubt about it. A gang of wild stuff, wilder than this. But in 2026, broad day robbery while shooting content, that's a different type of mix. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming. The Urban Politician TV Patreon is up. More stuff on there. Exclusive interview on there right now I got coming to the channel. It's unedited over there, though. Just raw, uncut. But I'll have it dropping over here soon as well. Patreon on the app or the website. Stay on your pivot. More topics we got to get into today as well. 100.